Alright guys, and welcome back to the Saints VD channel for something content for another transfer video. Today we're going to be talking about possible departures, and with one club, two players, one club. Those players are of course Harrison Reed and Lemina, as you can tell from the title of the video, and we're just going to be talking about the possible deals with both players looking likely for a move to newly promoted Fulham. But before we get into the video, do make sure you've hit that subscribe button. We are 300 subscribers away from that big 3k mark that we targeted. If we can get there in the next couple of weeks, that'd be incredibly appreciated. We obviously want to get to 3k as soon as possible, then 4k, and then the big one of 5k whenever we can, really. So if you haven't yet already, make sure you have hit subscribe and have your notifications turned on so you don't miss a thing, and also follow us on our socials. Right, let's get into the video. Now let's start off with Harrison Reed, because we've spoken about him before, and this deal has been pretty likely for the last month. He spent last season on loan at Fulham, helping them get promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, and he was their player of the season. He was absolutely sublime in the middle of the park for them. Solid defensively, good pass to the ball, didn't shy away from the tackle. The midfielder that we've wanted Harrison Reed to be for a while at Saints, but the fact that he's had now 3 successive Championship loans kind of tells me that he's not been in our long-term plans for a while now. I mean, okay, great. This was the first season where he really excelled. I remember Blackburn fans liking him, Norwich fans liking him, but this was a very, very special season. He got a decent team promoted and was their player of the season. He had a very, very strong campaign for Fulham. However, it's been clear from day one, I think, of pre-season, of the transfer window, etc., that he's not in our plans. He was, but he was not going to get a first-team spot. He wasn't going to be a regular starter. He wasn't going to be that Pierre Højbjerg replacement. And, you know, when he's 25 now and he had such a good season at Fulham, who are now a Premier League club, I think it'd be stupid and very, very harsh of us to have not let him get his move. There was an £8 million option to buy in the loan deal, which Fulham have triggered. So I expect the deal to be announced in the next couple of days, because yeah, he's going to go. And for me, I think £8 million is actually a very, very good fee. There was quotes that it could be 10, 15 million, which would have been unbelievable. But for a player that's only played 1,200 first team minutes, I think £8 million is actually a very good deal. It just never clicked for him, did it? He looked like a possible option here and there, but just never anywhere near a regular starter for Saints. And after those loan spells, you know, you would have said maybe after the first one, possibly he could be introduced into the side again. But no, he was sent out on loan a second time and then a third time. I think that just says, you know, he's not in our long-term plans. And great, it's another player to get off of the books. I wish him all the best. You know, he deserves the move. And yeah, I think it's been a long time coming, to be honest with you. However, it does beg the question of who will be Pierre Højbjerg's replacement, because it was sort of touted that possibly Reed could be chosen by Hasenhüttl to be that man and promote from within almost. However, Weston McKennie was strongly linked and he's not coming. Bit gutted about that one, can't lie. He's off to Juventus, but when you're being offered 120 grand a week and playing for a title-winning Serie A side, yeah. So to summarise, I think Reed deserves the move. He's worked hard for it. It's clearly a good club for him that he knows well already. He'll be appreciated by the fans. He gets regular Premier League football. I'm happy for him. It's a good deal for both parties and I wish him all the best. Now, moving on to the next player in question with a move to Fulham, it's another midfielder, and that is Lemina. Now, this one's a bit more odd and very, very surprising. It caught me by surprise, at least. It's a loan move with an obligation to buy if Fulham stay up. So it's a £2 million loan fee. I'm not sure what the transfer fee will be if Fulham do stay up, but it's another opportunity to get Lemina off of our books, which has been something we've wanted to do for over a year now, really. Now, we did play at Galatasaray on loan last season. It looked like potentially he could go back to Galatasaray on another loan deal. He was also linked with their fierce rivals Besiktas, which would have been a very brave move for him. But it's just not worked out for him at Saints. 2 mediocre seasons. Now, he was a regular starter in the 2017-18 season when we really, really struggled, and it was a hard season. You know, very difficult first season for him to come into. And then season after that, regularly starting under Mark Hughes, we weren't getting results. Ralph comes in and he's out for about, I think it was 4 months in the end, with some abdominal problem. Comes back, scores a goal against Newcastle. I think he had 2 more appearances, maybe 3 under Ralph, and then the season ends. And then he's told that he's not in Ralph's plans, and he's, you know, fair enough. But the reaction was just, it was so unprofessional. And I've spoken about it on this channel numerous times now. he just has to go, and he's had to go for a while. He got his move last year, but it was a loan. We couldn't get him off the books completely, and it's going to be another loan this time around, which I'm not happy about. But with the obligation to buy, it does suggest that soon he will be off of our books, and I don't think we have to pay the wages either, which, you know, is decent. But of course, if Fulham do stay up, then we'll have him gone, and, you know, that'll be helpful. But he's one of a handful of players that still need to go, and he's got 2 years left on his contract. So it suggests to me that if Fulham don't stay up this season, and he does come back to Southampton, I think it's going to be another loan move, literally loan moves to run down his contract, which obviously is not ideal at all, but it's the long-term issue from all of these horrific transfer deals over the past couple of seasons. Now, I'd like to say I wish him all the best, but to be honest, I think he can go do one. Some fans are still saying that he could be the Højbjerg replacement, you know, he's ideal, which, you know, I see the point, but inconsistency is his worst enemy. Of course, plenty of talent when he wants to show it, but when a player possesses that sort of lack of attitude, almost just poor professionalism, he's got to be given the boot. It's been clear from day one, before all of this, before the Twitter compilation of his highlights, that he wasn't in Ralph's plans, and it's not surprising that he's going to another club. Not really surprising that it's a loan deal either. I think it was always going to be difficult to get a transfer fee for him. It's just a bit surprising that it's Fulham, but regardless, he's off the books for a season at least, and yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. But that is it for the video, guys. If you have enjoyed it, leave it a like. Let me know down below your thoughts on the deal. Do you think it's a bit of a strange one? Do you think it's a good move for us? You know, is it good business? If you haven't yet already, subscribe with your notifications turned on. Follow us on all of our socials, and we'll see you very soon for another video.